Dragon Ball FighterZ has become one of the most popular fighting games to date. Not only did the base game sell very well, but the Season Pass and DLC characters were also very successful, so it seems very likely for this game to have a Season 2, boasting a new set of characters and possibly a couple new stages as well. So today I wanted to discuss my top picks for Season 2. These choices are based largely around character popularity and even your own comments in past videos. Please keep in mind that Season 2 has yet to be announced, but I'd honestly be quite shocked if a Season 2 didn't happen. So please post your top picks for Season 2 in the comments and let's get started. The first character that I think is very likely to appear is Kefla. Not only is she quite popular, but she has more than enough attacks to fill up her move list, whereas other fan-favorite characters are a bit lacking in that department. Not to mention how fitting her defeat would be for a dramatic finish against Goku, while also giving Kefla haters something to look forward to as well. Kefla would also be the third female fighter to join the roster, and the only female fusion character. Now it is also possible for us to get Kefla instead with Kale as an assist, similar to how Android 18 plays. This possibility was leaked a while back, but the leak itself turned out to be nothing more than a rumor. Even so, the possibility of a second assist fighter is fairly likely, and Kefla and Kale fit into that playstyle perfectly. Though I myself would definitely prefer Kefla, mainly because of how epic this attack would be as a level 3 super. So in conclusion, Kefla has a big enough moveset for the game, she would add some diversity to the roster, and she's quite popular among fans as well. So her being in Season 2 seems very likely. Next up we have Master Roshi. This character was very popular in the comments section. Fans really seem to love this character and want to see him in the game at some point. And before anyone brings up his power level and how it might not make sense for him to fight the likes of Super Saiyan Blue Goku, need I remind you that Yamcha exists in this game, and he's actually very good in terms of tier. Master Roshi also has plenty of attacks from the anime to draw inspiration from, mostly due to how long he's been around in the series. Some obvious choices being his maximum power Kamehameha, evil containment wave, and even Thunder Shock from the Dragon Ball series. In fact, Roshi can also hypnotize the opponent as well, believe it or not. Much like many other characters from Dragon Ball, he has a very diverse moveset. So not only is Master Roshi a fan favorite character who is very popular, but his moveset is also very extensive as well, which I think makes him a perfect fit for Season 2. And one more very popular character among the fans is Geneva. Despite only appearing in a single movie, tons of players want to see him added to the game. And to be honest, I think he'd be a very good fit. His design alone is very unique, there's no one else on the roster who looks anything like him, which honestly can't be said for quite a few other characters. Both his tail and height would allow for long range on his attacks. Plus, the guy can literally alter reality itself along with some other really cool attacks. So I think there's just enough to fill out his move list. And since he's so heavily requested, it would be pretty foolish not to include him in Season 2. As many fans would say, shut up and take my money if you include him in Season 2. And since we mentioned Geneva, of course we have to talk about Gogeta. Even though I personally don't want this character in the game, his popularity alone speaks for itself. Fans of the series are dying to see him added to the roster. Despite his obvious similarity to Vegeta, players are very excited at the idea of getting to play him, and perhaps ArcSys could even have him go Super Saiyan 4 just to make him a bit more unique. Now I know many fans aren't very fond of GT, but if the developers were to include any characters at all from that series, then I bet Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta has a very strong chance of being that character. So even though I personally don't feel that excited for him, it might be a mistake for developers not to include him in Season 2. Gogeta really is that popular. So next let's talk about someone who's not as popular but still a fan favorite. I'm talking about Hercule. Despite how obviously weak he is compared to everyone else, that hasn't stopped him from appearing in nearly every fighting game for Dragon Ball Z. For crying out loud, the developers even gave him a jetpack since he can't fly around on his own. And a little fun fact, I would actually pick this character all the time against my friends simply to annoy them. Even so, I would actually really like to see him in the game. Mainly because he would likely be a trickster character with a ton of goofy gimmicks to his attacks. And ArcSys already has plenty of characters like this in their other games, so I think they would do a fantastic job with his moveset. Plus, I'd definitely be lying if I said that a top tier Hercule in this game wouldn't be hilarious. And next up we have a couple obvious picks that I wanted to combine together, and that's Ultra Instinct Goku and Blue Evolution Vegeta. Now I know, enough with the Goku and Vegeta clones, trust me, I'm sick of them already, and I'm not exactly thrilled about the idea of their inclusion either. But both characters are extremely popular, And since Arc Sys does release these characters in pairs, that makes their inclusion in the game a bit more likely, similar to how Vegeta and Fuse Zamasu got released at the same time. And even though I personally don't think they'll make it in, it's also true that their popularity alone could be enough to get them in the game, especially Ultra Instinct Goku, who is very popular right now. Fans haven't been this excited for a new character form in a long time, so it is possible for one or even both of them to make it into Season 2, if for no other reason than how popular they are. And of course we have to talk about Jiren. He's one of the strongest characters in the entire series and the final boss of Dragon Ball Super, so it's understandable why so many fans would want to see him in the game. Now the problem is that Jiren doesn't have many attacks for a move list, outside of staring at you or sending you flying away as he turns around and ignores you exploding behind him. Okay, so real talk, I actually enjoy that move a lot, but outside of that he doesn't really have many attacks to fill up his move list, so I worry that Arc Sys might not include him for that reason alone. However, he is still very popular, so perhaps the developers might find a way to include him anyway. So if you are a huge fan of Jiren, then please don't lose hope, he might end up in Season 2 just out of his popularity. And alright everyone, that's about it for the list. Please comment which characters you want for Season 2 in the comments down below. And while you're down there, please leave a like if you enjoyed the video. And then keep that combo going by subscribing and ringing the bell. That way you never miss a future video. Make sure to come back next time, and as always, stay underdog.